Ever pondered about secrets tucked away in old documents? Well, Nikola Tesla, often hailed as the father of modern electricity, had a treasure trove of those. While we celebrate his achievements in pioneering alternating current, many of his revolutionary inventions didn't see the light of day, thanks to financial constraints, rivalry, and twists of fate. But guess what? We've stumbled upon some of Tesla's undisclosed papers, revealing a rather terrifying invention. Today's video will discuss some of Nikola Tesla's lost inventions and papers that were never released until now. Number 1. Earthquake machine. Ever heard of an earthquake machine? Sounds like something out of a superhero movie, right? But guess what? Nikola Tesla, the genius inventor, actually patented something eerily similar. Picture this. It's 1893, and Tesla is tinkering with a steam-powered gadget that vibrates super fast. Its purpose? To generate electricity. But Tesla, being the curious cat he was, wondered what would happen if he matched the gadget's vibrations to the natural frequency of his New York City lab building. So what did he do? He cranked up the power. As the vibrations intensified, he began to hear ominous cracking sounds. And then, chaos. Heavy machinery started dancing around like it was possessed. Tesla, realizing he might have gone a tad bit overboard, grabbed a hammer and smashed his invention to bits. Just in the nick of time, too, because his building was moments away from turning into rubble. And then, sirens. Police and ambulances rushed to the scene, thinking a major earthquake had hit. But Tesla, ever the secretive genius, just winked at his assistants and told the police, "Must have been an earthquake." Little did they know, it was just Tesla's wild experiment gone awry. So next time you feel the ground shake, maybe, just maybe, there's a modern-day Tesla somewhere, testing out his latest invention. Number 2. Thought camera. Ever had a wild thought and wondered, what if someone could see what I'm thinking? Well, Nikola Tesla, the mastermind behind many groundbreaking inventions, believed it might be possible. Imagine this. It's 1893, and Tesla is deep in one of his experimental marathons. Suddenly, a light bulb moment. He thinks, what if our thoughts, those fleeting images in our minds, could be captured and displayed? He theorized that when we form a thought, it creates an image on our retina. And if that's true, why not photograph it? Tesla envisioned a device that could project these images onto a screen. So if you're daydreaming about a slice of pizza, bam, it would appear on the screen for everyone to see. He said, our minds would then indeed be like open books. Talk about a privacy concern, right? So next time you're lost in thought, just remember, in Tesla's world, everyone might have had a front row seat to your imagination. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Number 3. Missing papers of Nikola Tesla. Ever played a game of hide-and-seek with a set of papers? Well, when it comes to Nikola Tesla, it seems the world has been playing that game for decades. Let's set the scene. It's 1943, and the genius inventor Nikola Tesla has just passed away. Now, you'd think the story of his inventions would end there, right? But no, it's just the beginning of a mystery that feels straight out of a spy novel. Tesla had claimed to perfect a death beam right before his demise. Given the timing during World War II, it's no surprise that the FBI and other government agencies were all ears. They were worried that Tesla's scientific papers might end up in the wrong hands, like the Axis or the Soviets. Enter Tesla's nephew, Sava Kosanovich. He rushes to Tesla's room the morning after his passing, only to find some of Tesla's technical papers and a mysterious black notebook missing. The plot thickens. The FBI, sensing the urgency, sends P. Foxworth to investigate. Soon after, all of Tesla's belongings are seized by the Office of Alien Property. But who do they call to examine these papers? Dr. John G. Trump. Yes, related to that Trump. After 3 days, Dr. Trump concludes that while Tesla had some grand ideas, there wasn't much in terms of practical application. But here's where things get even more intriguing. Post-World War II, there's renewed interest in beam weapons. Tesla's papers on the subject somehow find their way to Patterson Air Force Base. An operation named Project Nick is launched, but after a while, it's abandoned. And guess what? The papers vanish. Poof, gone. In 1952, Tesla's remaining belongings are returned to his nephew and end up in a museum in Yugoslavia. But accessing them? Almost impossible, especially for Westerners. However, Soviet scientists seem to have a free pass in the 1950s. Suspicious, right? Fast forward to the 1970s, rumors swirl that the Soviet Union has made a significant technological leap. Then, in the 1980s, President Ronald Reagan announces the Strategic Defense Initiative, aiming to make nuclear weapons obsolete. But despite pouring billions into research, The program doesn't quite hit the mark. Now here's the million-dollar question. Where are Tesla's missing papers? Despite the FBI declassifying some Tesla-related documents in recent years, many of his files remain MIA. Did Tesla really know how to shoot lethal energy beams, or was it all just a grand idea? The world may never know. Number 4. Death beam. Ever heard of a death ray? Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, right? But believe it or not, the brilliant Nikola Tesla, known for his mind-bending inventions, claimed to have perfected such a device. Picture this. Tesla, in his later years, still brimming with creativity, was on a mission. Raised with a strong aversion to war, thanks to his father, he was determined to find a technological solution to end all wars. He envisioned a world where wars would be nothing more than a display of machines without the loss of human life. In 1931, Tesla dropped a bombshell. At a press conference, he hinted at discovering a new energy source. When probed about it, he mysteriously said it came to him as a tremendous shock and would be from an entirely unexpected source. The world waited with bated breath. Fast forward to 1934, and headlines screamed, "Tesla at 78 bears new death beam." This wasn't just any beam. It was said to have the power to bring down a whopping 10,000 enemy airplanes from a distance of 250 miles. Talk about a game changer. But every genius faces challenges. Tesla needed funds to bring his vision to life. He approached the mighty J.P. Morgan, but couldn't win him over. Even the British Prime Minister, Neville Chamberlain, seemed intrigued, but that interest fizzled out. Determined, Tesla reached out to various nations, sharing a detailed letter about his particle beam weapon, his design, a unique vacuum chamber, and to maintain the vacuum, he devised a special seal using a high-speed airstream. The Soviets showed the most interest, even testing a stage of his plan in 1939. Tesla's dream? A defensive weapon, an anti-war tool. He envisioned power plants along coastlines, scanning the skies for threats. But there was a catch. The beam's range was limited to about 200 miles. And Tesla, ever the dreamer, also saw peaceful applications for his invention, like wireless power transmission. He even toyed with the idea of creating artificial northern lights. But was Tesla's death ray ever taken seriously? The jury's still out. While many experts today find his theory unworkable, it's eerily similar to particle beam weapons developed during the Cold War. Yet Tesla's dream of a tech solution to end wars remains elusive. Number 5. Warden Cliff Tower. Ever wondered if the sun could power your phone? Or if we could chat with someone on the other side of the world without any wires? Well, Nikola Tesla did. And boy, did he have a vision that was way ahead of its time. Picture this. Tesla, fresh from his experiments in Colorado Springs, writes an article for Century magazine. In it, he talks about capturing the sun's energy using an antenna. But wait, there's more. He dreams of influencing the weather with electrical power, making wars obsolete with new tech, and setting up a global wireless communication network. Sounds like the plot of a futuristic movie, right? Enter J.P. Morgan, one of the world's wealthiest and most influential men. He reads Tesla's article and thinks, this guy might be onto something. Tesla, always the charmer, visits Morgan and paints a picture of a world where we could send messages, news, music, and even pictures wirelessly across the globe. He tells Morgan, imagine the Earth as a giant brain, where every part can communicate with every other part. Mind blown, right? Morgan, intrigued, offers Tesla $150,000 to build a power plant and a transmission tower. Now, in today's money, that's like someone offering you a few pennies to buy a candy bar. But Tesla, ever the optimist, takes the deal and gets cracking. He buys land on Long Island Sound, known as Warden Cliff, and starts building a massive tower. This wasn't just any tower. It stood 187 feet tall with a 55-ton steel sphere on top. Beneath it, a shaft went 120 feet into the ground, with pipes drilled even deeper to harness the Earth's energy. But, as with all great stories, there's a twist. Money started running out. The tower's construction was slow, and Tesla's pockets weren't deep enough. He turned to Morgan for more funds. But then, news broke that Marconi, another scientist, had sent a wireless signal across the Atlantic. And guess what? It was cheaper than Tesla's method. Morgan, seeing dollar signs, started to doubt Tesla. Despite Tesla's claims that Marconi had used his patents, Morgan wasn't convinced. The stock market took a nosedive, material costs skyrocketed, and Tesla's dream began to crumble. The media, always hungry for a scandal, called it Tesla's million-dollar folly. Heartbroken, Tesla saw his dream project abandoned. He once said, "It's not a dream. It's just a feat of scientific electrical engineering." But the world wasn't ready for Tesla's vision. And there you have it, folks. From death rays to wireless power transmission, Nikola Tesla's mind was truly a treasure trove of groundbreaking ideas. His inventions were not just ahead of his time, but they continue to inspire and amaze us today. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate the genius of this man who dared to dream beyond the ordinary. If Tesla's inventions have blown your mind as much as they have ours, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your fellow tech enthusiasts, and subscribe for more mind-bending discoveries.